This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
An author who grew up in our area talks about his career and his latest book, and we have details on how you can hop on Pennsylvania's ice cream trail next. Hello everyone, and thanks for watching. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. In today's news feature, we have a bit of a poetry reading. Well, you'll have to wait until the end of the segment, but it's all worth it. I really enjoyed it. Here's Lisa Sugart.
Today, I'm pleased to welcome to our studios John Yamros. He is an accomplished author with a brand new book, one of many that he's written over the years, books of poetry and others. And today, he's here to tell us all about his life story and his latest book. John, I guess let's start at the beginning. First of all, you are originally from the Wilkes-Barre area. So tell us about that and how you got started writing books.
I am. I grew up on the poor side of the river in Wilkes-Barre, in Swayersville, and how I got started writing. I always tell people that I was too short for the basketball team, too small for the football team, and too bad for the baseball team. So writing poetry was the only way I could meet girls. So that's how I got started.
That sounds pretty interesting. So poetry is your niche, I guess you could say, that you love to write poetry. So tell us about all of that. So you've progressed now that you have selected poems, the director's cut, but this is kind of a compilation of everything you've done throughout the years.
This is almost like a career capping event for me. This book came out a few months ago in a slightly abridged version. It was called Selected Poems. My publisher was pushing me to do 500 pages. And I thought he was crazy. I thought no one would want to buy 550 pages of my poetry. So I had him cut it down to 382 pages, and the book turned out to be the best-selling title he's published. So fast forward a few months, and he kept pushing, and he talked me into going ahead, and we published the full version, the original version, what we call the director's cut.
But John, you've done over 30 books over your life, so tell us a little bit about those. Most of them have been poetry.
Most of them have been poetry. I've published 35 books, 2 really bad novels, 2 memoirs about what it was like for me growing up in coal country, back in the late 50s. Those 2 books were about what it was like for me growing up less than affluent in Wilkes-Barre area, in the coal country, son of a coal miner. Rock and roll was our whole life right back then, and just being kids in the late 50s. So I wrote 2 books about those. I wrote another book about the 5 dogs we had in our life. I wrote a children's book, but for the most part, what I do is poetry.
And now your book is available, but also you're going to be in our area in the not too distant future. You're going to be at the Freeland Authors in the Park on July 30th, so people can come out and meet you in person there, and there's a Q&A as well.
There is, right afterwards. I'm really anxious to meet people, and at the Q&A, I hope to answer some questions for aspiring writers, for young people who want to get into doing what I do. I won't necessarily say they'll make a living at it, but they could try to do what I do and have a good time doing it.
Now you have a unique style and the presentation of the poems itself. So we were talking about this, we weren't sure, but maybe just read one short, brief poem. And it's kind of written in a rather, like the words go down the page in an interesting way as well. So what made you come up with this style?
I always had a vision of poetry as being not as highfalutin as people try to place it. I wanted people to enjoy it, to look forward to it, to relate to it.
Read one short one.
One
to
short
give
one.
People an idea of what it's like.
Object lesson. When looking in the mirror, it's often best to overlook the beginnings of a sag under the chin and wrinkles under the eyes. It's often best to ignore the gray around the temples and the bloodshot eyes. No, what you really have to watch out for is that look of fear and resignation even terror. It'll get you every time.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure. You came all the way from Reading to be here in our studios in the Hazleton area, so we're really pleased at that. John, thanks so much for being here to talk with us about your books. Where can they get your books? Before you leave, you got to tell them that.
Right now, you can go to Amazon, look for John Yamros, Selected Poems, The Director's Cut, or any of my other books, especially Five Dogs, if you're a dog lover.
And we all are.
We are.
Pleasure meeting you. Good luck with your books, and hopefully we'll see you in the park in Freeland.
Thank you for having me.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Falvello Law Firm. Have you been injured in a car accident? Call Falvello Law Firm. Your case is our fight.
I often feel like I'm on an ice cream trail in the summer, but did you know there's an official Pennsylvania ice cream trail? I didn't. 30 creameries, including one right here in our area, make up Scooped, an ice cream trail.
At visitpa.com/scooped, you can sign up and log in to the ice cream trail through your phone's web browser. No app required. And when you buy a sweet dessert at any of the 30 creameries on the trail, you'll get a 4-digit PIN at checkout. Simply enter that PIN into your Scooped account, and that's it. Easy breezy. But here's the best part. Anyone who checks in to 10 Scooped locations will get Scooped, an ice cream trail, steel ice cream scoop in the mail while it lasts. But it's really an exciting, one-of-a-kind program exclusive to PA Preferred Farms and Creameries, and a reminder to our visitors that there is always more to uncover in Pennsylvania.
Milkhouse Creamery in Drums is among the venues on the tour. Again, for more information on the ice cream trail, go to visitpa.com.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service on Friday. A 30% chance of showers with thunderstorms also possible after 2 p.m. It'll be partly sunny with a high near 81 degrees. On Friday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. It'll be mostly cloudy with a low around 60 degrees. We have a 30% chance of precipitation. On Saturday, a 20% chance of showers before 2 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 76 degrees. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 54 degrees. Sunday, sunny with a high near 77 degrees. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 56 degrees. Monday, sunny with a high near 79 degrees, and Monday night mostly clear with a low around 60 degrees. Coming up, we'll find out what cool activities the Hazleton Area Public Library has planned for kids and adults this summer, and later in sports, hear from 2 local athletes who ended their senior seasons with big-time awards.
The Miss Greater Hazleton Scholarship Program will take place on Sunday, August 21st at the PTPA in Hazleton. The program is open to all Pennsylvania residents, students, and employees ages 5 to 25. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce will have Chamber Day at the Water Park on July 29th from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. at Montage Mountain. For more information, you can visit hazletonchamber.org. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to family and friends of Barbara Ann Cernosky, age 77, of Hazleton. The service will be held on Saturday at 12 noon at the Butler Chapel at the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. Friends may call on Saturday from 11 a.m. until 12 noon at the funeral home.
The obituary report is brought to you by Moran Funeral Home, third-generation family-owned funeral home serving all faiths since 1939. Located at 229 West 12th Street in Hazleton, call 570-454-8341 and go to moranfuneralhome.com.